Hey, you cool cats and kittens. Carol here, and my favorite Black Panther anchovies. We're here to do a nice slow flow with you today. So whenever you're ready, get started out on your mat. Go ahead and start out in child's pose. So foreheads resting on your mat. Knees together or spread wide. And just breathing here. So taking a moment to set an intention for your practice today. Take a big breath in, filling up with air. Long exhale out, let it all go. So big breath in, filling up. Long exhale out, just let it go. So taking a moment to set an intention for your practice today. Maybe it's just focusing on your breath. Maybe it's focusing on the present moment. Just bringing an awareness to your breath and body. So checking in, seeing any places that you're holding any tension. Maybe noticing any of those places that feel good. And just remembering that tigers have been known to eat man for a small snack. Whenever you're ready, we'll slowly make our way up to a tabletop position. So stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. We'll take a few rounds of our cat-cow. So we'll inhale to our cow, exhale to our cat. So inhale to our cow, exhale to our cat. So inhale to your cow, crown to the front, tail to the back. Exhale to your cat, rounding your back, pushing out all of the air. So taking a couple rounds of each, just moving with your breath. Breathing here. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. We'll go ahead and make our way back to our tabletop position. We're going to take a few hip rolls to the right. So just getting out any snaps, crackles, and pops. Go ahead and come back. Switch directions, making some hip circles the other way. And then we're going to go ahead and come into our extended puppy pose. So we'll walk our hands out, spread our fingers wide, reach your tail to the sky, spread your fingers wide, melt your chest towards your mat. So just breathing here. We'll slowly walk our hands back underneath our shoulders. And we're going to go ahead and make our way into a seated position. So go ahead and extend your legs out in front. We'll inhale our arms to the sky and then exhale, forward fold. So maybe flexing your feet. Trying to bend forward a little bit more with each inhale. Go ahead and come back up to our seated position. We're going to bend that right leg in. Inhale your arms to the sky and then exhale, forward fold. So trying to keep those hips nice and square. And just breathing here. Go ahead and come back up. We'll come into our butterfly pose. So bringing feet to touch. You can stay right here if that feels okay. Or maybe folding forward. Just melting into your pose. We'll go ahead and come back up. Extend those legs nice and long. Inhale your arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. We'll make our way back up to a seated position, this time bending your left foot in. Inhale your arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to go ahead and come back up to center. Come back to our butterfly pose. Staying here, maybe planting your hands, coming onto 10 fingers, maybe opening up across the chest, maybe walking your gaze to the sky. Again, maybe taking a nice forward fold if that feels good to you. So just breathing here. We'll go ahead and come back up to our seated position. We're going to plant our feet hip width apart, plant our hands, and come into our reverse tabletop. So we'll lift our hips, lift our thighs. Head and neck can be neutral or dropped back. Slowly releasing back down. We're just going to come into an easy seated posture. Inhale your arms to the sky and then twist to the right. So left hand to the outside of that right leg. Maybe walking your gaze toward the side wall or toward that back shoulder. Just breathing here. Go ahead and come back to center. Inhale your arms to the sky and then twist to the left. Again, maybe walking your gaze toward that back wall, toward that left shoulder. Go ahead and come back to center, and we're going to make our way into our first downward facing dog. So you want feet about hip width apart, heels pressing towards your mat. Fingers spread wide, reach your tail to the sky, melt your chest toward your thighs. Take a nice deep bend in your right knee, press your left heel toward the mat. Bend your left knee, press your right heel toward the mat. And then just walk out your dog. Bend one knee and then the other. Maybe swaying into your hips, maybe shaking your head yes or no. We'll reach that right leg to the sky. We're going to step through to a lunge. So back leg nice and long. Right knee over that right ankle. Go ahead and inhale your arms to the sky. If you need to modify, you can drop that left knee down to your mat. We're just going to take an open arm twist to the right. So left arm to the front, right arm to the back. Go ahead and reach those arms to the sky. We're going to release our hands, step left foot up to meet right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. We'll step back to our high push-up. Go ahead and exhale to low. Inhale to up. And exhale to down. So we're going to reach that left leg to the sky. Step through and rise up to your crescent lunge. So back leg nice and long. Left knee over that ankle. We're going to twist to the left. So right arm to the front, left arm to the back. Pull in those opposite directions. Go ahead and reach those arms back to the sky. We'll release our hands. Step right foot up to meet left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to your high push-up. Exhale all the way down onto your belly. So inhale to a gentle cobra pose. So nice neutral gaze. Pressing into the tops of the feet. Engaging the legs, lifting the kneecaps. And then just press back to your child's pose. So forehead resting on your mat. Coming back to your intention. Coming back to your breath. We're going to go ahead and slowly make our way up to our hero's pose. Go ahead and inhale your arms to the sky. Hook your thumbs. Let those elbows fall out. And then twist to the right. Left hand to the outside of that right leg. Gazing toward that right shoulder. Go ahead and inhale those arms up. Hook your thumbs, let those elbows fall out. We'll twist to the left. So gazing toward that left shoulder. Go ahead and come back to center. We're going to plant the hands. Make our way into a seated position. So let's go left leg kind of on top. Plant the hands. Sit up nice and tall. Walk the gaze to the sky. Expand across the chest. If you can press into the hands, lifting up the legs in the seat, go ahead. Go ahead and release back down, and we'll just switch our legs. So right leg on top. Plant into the hands. Lift the chest. Walk the gaze to the sky. Maybe pressing into the hands, lifting off the mat. Go ahead and release back down. Extend your legs. Inhale the arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Come back up to our seated position. We're going to bring right foot to the outside of the left leg. Sit up nice and tall. We'll twist to the right. Walking your gaze toward that right shoulder. Go ahead and come back to center. Right leg nice and long. Left foot to the outside of the right leg. Sit up nice and tall. Twist to the left. We'll come back to center, bend that right leg in. Inhale our arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Come back up to our seated position. Plant that right hand behind the right hip. Lift that left hip to the sky. Extend through those right finger or left fingertips. We'll make our way back down. Extend our legs nice and long. Inhale our arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. We'll come back to our seated position. Left leg bent in. Inhale the arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Back up to our seated position, left hand behind the left hip. Reach that right arm and hip to the sky. Extend through those fingertips. Nice stretch in that side body. We'll come back to our seated position. You can come into an easy seated pose, a butterfly pose, or if it's comfortable, you can come into your lotus. Go ahead and inhale your arms to the sky. Exhale, hands by your sides. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Maybe planting into the hands, lifting the chest, walking the gaze to the sky, or maybe lifting through the seat. Slowly releasing back down. We're going to go ahead and make our way into a straddle pose. So go ahead and get to wherever's comfortable for you, maybe scooching in just a little bit. Go ahead and inhale, lift the chest, and then exhale, maybe forward folding if that feels okay to you. So just breathing here, breathing into the pose. Go ahead and make your way back up to a seated position. We're going to plant that right hand, reach that left arm up and over, extend through that side body. Reach through those fingertips. We'll come back to center. Release that left hand, reach that right arm up and over. So extend through those fingertips. And I'm just facing the side wall, trying to get a nice stretch in that right side. I'm going to go ahead and come back up to center. Inhale my arms to the sky. Exhale, release my arms, maybe walking out my arms, taking a forward fold, just meeting yourself in whatever place feels good to you. Go ahead and come back up to our seated position. This time I'm going to turn toward that right leg. Inhale my arms to the sky. Exhale, folding over that right leg. So just breathing here. I'm going to go ahead and make my way back to center. I'm going to twist to the left, so this time bringing my body or torso over this left leg. Maybe staying here, maybe this is enough. Maybe reaching those arms to the sky and folding over that left leg. So just breathing here, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. I'm going to go ahead and make my way back up to center. I'm going to bring my legs in, come back to my butterfly pose. So feet to touch. You can press into the legs if that feels good. I can take a nice forward fold if this feels good. I'm just breathing here. I'm going to come back up to my seated position, and I'm going to make my way back to my downward facing dog. So feet about hip width apart, tail reaching to the sky, relaxing my head and neck, pressing into my palms, spreading my fingers wide, and just melting my chest toward my thighs. I'm going to tiptoe my feet up toward my hands, heel toe my feet toward the outer edges. So I'm going to inhale, halfway lift, and then exhale, forward fold. Take peace fingers around big toes, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, forward fold. Maybe swaying it out from side to side, letting any stress, any tension just roll off your neck and back. Go ahead and release your hands, turn your toes out, heels in. So coming into your Buddha squat. Bring hands to heart center. Maybe pressing into the legs. And I'm going to take a gentle twist. Plant that left hand, reach that right arm to the sky. Maybe walking your gaze toward that right hand. If it feels okay, you can bring that right hand to that left hip pocket. Maybe bringing that left arm around the leg, taking the bind. Trying to make a connection with your hands. Maybe grabbing your shirt or a towel and just trying to peel that right shoulder open, looking toward the right, walking your gaze up if that feels okay. Go ahead and come back to center, plant that right hand to the inside of the foot, reach the left arm to the sky. Maybe taking the half bind, bringing that left hand to that right hip pocket, maybe bringing the right arm around the leg. And just making a connection, trying to peel that left shoulder open, maybe walking your gaze up and just breathing here.
We're going to go ahead and release the hands. You can stay in your Buddha squat, or if you want to take crow, you can plant the hands, spread the fingers wide, maybe rocking toe to heel, maybe flying your crow. We'll come back to our Buddha squat. We're going to go ahead and make our way into a seated position. So legs nice and long. Inhale those arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Go ahead and make your way back up to your seated position. Bring feet to touch. Come back to your butterfly pose. We're going to inhale our arms to the sky and then exhale, forward fold to wherever feels okay to you. We'll make our way back to our seated position. And we're going to make our way onto our backs. So go ahead and make your way onto your back. So knees bent, feet about hip width apart. We're going to come into our figure four stretch. So right ankle to the top of that left leg. Staying here, maybe hugging that left knee in. Maybe pointing or flexing your feet. And we'll go ahead and switch sides. Left ankle to the top of that right leg, hug it in. Again, just pointing or flexing your feet. Hug that right knee and extend that left leg nice and long. Pull your right knee over to the left. So trying to keep a connection with your shoulders to the mat. We'll come back to center. Right leg nice and long. Hug that left knee in. Pull it over to the right. We'll come back to center, come into our reclined butterfly pose. So bring that right hand to the heart, or right hand to the belly, left hand to the heart. And just breathing here. Maybe closing the eyes. Maybe feeling your belly rise and fall with each breath. Relax your arms by your sides. You can gently assist your legs back up. We're going to reach our legs up toward the sky. Maybe wiggling out your fingers, toes, rolling out your ankles or wrists. And then we're going to curl up into a tight little ball. So give yourself a great big hug. Squeeze your fingers, squeeze your toes. Squeeze all of the muscles in your face and body. And then just letting go, coming into your final resting position. So closing your eyes, enjoying your last few minutes on your mat at your practice. Just focusing on your breath. Whenever you're ready, beginning to add movement. Bringing back an awareness to your breath and body. And wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes. And then we'll slowly roll over onto our right side. So just pausing here into our fetal position. We'll go ahead and slowly make our way up to an easy seated posture. So bringing hands to heart center. The light within me honors the light, love, and peace within you. Together we bow forward and say, Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. Have an awesome rest of your day.